Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And the lovely Rita Cosby has a well-deserved night off. Dominic Carter in for Rita. And the good news, the win-win, is this means that you and I have plenty of time to chat with each other tonight. I will be with you on many of these stations from 10 p.m. right now, Eastern Time, until 1 a.m. Now, again, that's on many of these stations, wherever you may be listening to the Rita Cosby Show and the Dominic Carter Show that follows. A lot is going on. Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines, 800-848-9222. I am baffled why Democrats, I know why, but why Democrats are making so much of President Trump redoing part of the White House at no expense to taxpayers. No expense to taxpayers. We'll deal with that later in the show. We'll hear what his son has to say about it. But in the hotly contested New York City race for mayor, I think I know why Mamdani was sweating last night at the debate. You would sweat too if the forces of nature were lining up where you watch your long-term lead just 12, 13 days before the election, poof, vanish. That's what I think is happening. And that's why Mamdani was sweating. 800-848-9222. Besides the fact that he was exposed as a complete empty suit. And why do I say the forces of nature are lining up? He's still holding on to a double-digit lead. But the current incumbent mayor that dropped out of the race, Eric Adams, has endorsed his nemesis, Andrew Cuomo. So it's momentum. It is momentum for the Cuomo campaign. And we are about 12 days out. 48 hours, just 48 hours before early voting starts on Saturday. The stakes could not be higher. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to circle back to the race for mayor, and that's what I want to talk to you about, folks. I want to listen. I want to listen to your points of view. But I will warn you, I'm not going to listen to nonsense that's pie in the sky. That's just not going to happen. So it's got to be based on substance a little bit. But here's what is one of the big stories tonight, and it does not involve politics. It's actually about basketball, the NBA. The director of the FBI, Kash Patel, holding a news conference locally in which he names multiple high-profile NBA players in an alleged illegal gambling ring that has spanned years. Every now and then this pops up, and it has reared its ugly head again. 800-848-9222. This is the FBI Director, Kash Patel, making the announcement.
Individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rosier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Cosa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families.
So this thing is a mess involving the NBA, the Professional Basketball League, the premier basketball league in America. The season just started, and now it confirms what privately, that is, we probably all knew, that some of these games allegedly are fixed. Shaquille O'Neal, known as Shaq, says he's ashamed of NBA players allegedly involved in this massive gambling scheme, stating we all know the rules. You heard Cash Patel just state Chauncey Billups. He was a legendary player back in the day, now a coach, that he allegedly tipped off NBA gambling ring that the Trail Blazers plan to tank an upcoming game. A Hornets Pellets game is under investigation, where one of the stars exited the game early, citing a foot injury. So Chauncey Billups is the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and he apparently leaked insider information to gamblers that his team was planning to tank so that they could place bets and win big. This is according to federal court documents. He was not charged in that scheme, but appears to be identified as co-conspirator number 8 in the indictment, and has been indicted as it relates to another matter with this big scandal. We see all your telephone numbers coming in. 800-848-9222. This is one of the reasons why I love our president. One of the reasons why I voted for him, besides the fact crime, low taxes, crime, I said crime, but one of the reasons why I supported him. And I want you folks to be honest with me here, because I'm going to be honest with you right now. And Dominic Carter in for the lovely Rita Cosby. There have been times when I've wanted to say to someone, English, man, English. Say it in English. No Espanol, English. So what does President Trump do at the White House today? A French reporter with a thick accent that he can't understand asked a question. And boy, I'm sure that she regrets asking that question. I'm sure that she's quite embarrassed.
Yesterday, there was a vote at the Knesset on annexing the West Bank. Do you see it as a challenge to your peace efforts?
Could you say that louder, please?
Yes, yesterday there was a vote at the Knesset in Israel on annexing the West Bank. Do you see it as a challenge to your peace efforts?
Will you answer that, please? Because I cannot understand the words you're saying. Where are you from? Where are you from? You're from France. Beautiful accent, but we can't understand what you're saying.
She said a vote at the Knesset on the West Bank.
The West Bank is, don't worry about the West Bank. Israel's not going to do anything with the West Bank, okay? Don't worry about it. Is that your question? They're not going to do anything with the West Bank. Don't worry about it. Israel's doing very well. They're not going to do anything with it.
Come on, folks. You got to give the president credit for that. You have to. I mean, listen, we witnessed this. I know political correctness. You can't say that, Dominic. You can't do that. But in the debate, certainly the first one, it was very hard to understand the question that one of the panelists was trying to ask. Absolutely difficult to hear. Dominic Carter in for Rita Cosby. We see all of your telephone calls, folks. If you're trying to get through, just wait a second or two, and something will clear up. So Andrew Cuomo and Mayor Adams of New York City, they are aligned together, even though a month ago, Adams called Cuomo a snake and a liar. Politics makes for strange bedfellows. They are aligned to beat Mamdani, and I'm starting to get the feeling that they may have a shot. that they may have a shot. At the debate, Curtis Sliwa did extremely well, and Andrew Cuomo took Mamdani's campaign back behind the shed.
I understand my friend doesn't really understand government. The governor doesn't build housing in New York City.
Not if it's you.
No, legally, there are jurisdictions. The governor doesn't pick up trash. He doesn't run the fire department. That's what the mayor does. The mayor builds housing. The state allocates funding for localities. And I allocated more funding for housing than any governor in the history of the state of New York. All right? I did things. You have never had a job. You've never accomplished anything. There's no reason to believe you have any merit or qualification for 8.5 million lives. You don't know how to run a government. You don't know how to handle an emergency. And you've literally never proposed a bill on anything that you're not talking about in your campaign. You had the worst attendance record in the assembly, and you gave yourselves the highest raise in the United States of America. You went from $110,000 to $140,000, and then you never showed up for work, and you missed 80% of the votes. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Now, that's the Andrew Cuomo that I know. To your telephone calls, line 4 on the Rita Cosby Show. Norman in Brooklyn. Good evening, Norman. What's on your mind?
Rita, what's happened to your voice?
The alligator got it.
Oh no! Oh, no, Dom. I think that would work in reverse if the alligator. Well, yeah, that would work in reverse. All right. Seriously. Cuomo kicked Mamdani's ass, in my opinion. Curtis definitely contributed, also. But, I didn't like that kind of like I felt in some ways that, Curtis is kind of the gadfly there. And in order for us to not have Mamdani as mayor, Curtis got to go away, in my opinion. And I'm working for Cuomo. And I'd like all my pissed off conservative friends out there to know that I will be working some of the train stations, handing out literature for Cuomo this weekend.
Wow.
I don't know where, but
wow. So what have you said to your friends that have been angry with you?
Oh, how the mighty have fallen! But I'm just saying this is what we got to do. I love my city more than I love my political party and my my ideology.
Well, I hear you, Norman. It's going to be interesting. Thank you for the wonderful call. I wanted Norman to answer what of his friends said that are backing Mr. Sliwa now that he's going in a different direction. But I've got to toss to a break here on the Rita Cosby Show. Dominic Carter filling in. We are coming right back with more of your telephone calls.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. It's the Rita Cosby Show.
And Dominic Carter here with you folks in for the outstanding Rita Cosby. Rita has a well-deserved night off. Let's go back to your telephone calls. 800-848-9222. Line 5, Stan in Forest Hills. What's on your mind, Stan?
Let's talk about Reconstruction, not the Civil War, but the White House. The White House is one of the great structures and historical buildings in this country. And besides that, it's a historical, it can't be touched by anybody as far as that. There's a preservation society that oversees it, and there's a government that oversees this building. Nothing gets done in the White House without approval. The President of the United States has no business knocking down walls, has no business destroying a section of the White House for his, he doesn't like the way it looks. Now, we know builds buildings, no doubt about it. And we know he builds co-ops and condos. But he doesn't own this property. He doesn't have the he doesn't own the property.
Will other future presidents benefit from this?
No.
They won't. Stan,
No.
why are you such a hater on Trump?
Because he's full of it. He's a liar from day one. I met him once, and he told me I throw things against the wall to see what sticks. And I knew then, I was with three other people, we were talking, and I throw things up against the wall to see what sticks.
And what about
what
this?
he's been doing for 45 years. And
Well, he won. Well, what happened to your girl Kamala? She lost every battleground state.
Wait a minute. Look, pal, I don't talk to you, don't talk to me. So here's the point.
Well, so if you don't talk to me, meet Mr. Click. Bye-bye. Lose Stan. Is he out of his mind? Listen, Rita is a diplomat. I'm not a diplomat. You're messing with the wrong one. So when I fill in for Rita, you're now banned for that. Not just for my show. When I fill in for Rita, you're now banned from reaching me on Rita's show because of your slick mouth. You don't know what you're talking about. And frankly, you need to stop calling because you sound very ignorant and very bitter. This president, there's a process to everything. If Obama can build a basketball court, if presidents can build bowling alleys, if presidents have done all types of things, yes, there's a process. But let Trump do his thing. Trump builds elegance. That's what he does. Remember the Central Park skating rink that no one could get done? Stop hating on Trump. Stan, you are a bitter, I know you're a veteran, and I acknowledge you for that, but you are a bitter old man. And frankly, it's getting tired listening to your utter nonsense. And you know you're banned from calling me, but you call my girl Rita, and then you're gonna, I don't talk to you. You darn right I don't talk to you because you don't know what you're talking about. It's as simple as that. Stop hating on the man. My God. Sometimes I'm listening to the show and Rita will take your call. Rah, 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 rah. That's what it sounds like. You are an absolute hater. Let's go to Jimmy, line 4, Brooklyn. Jimmy, what's on your mind?
Yes. I know a way that Curtis or Cuomo could drop out and there will only be one against Mamdani. Simple. All they have to do is flip a coin. Whoever loses, then that's the one who
Jimmy, are you
out.
Serious?
I'm sorry?
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
Jimmy, you can't be serious. So Cuomo has more than double the amount of support that Mr. Sliwa has. And you think he's going to flip a coin?
Well, if they don't, then the two of them, they're going to lose. I can tell you right now.
That part is true. That part is true. Jimmy's accurate on that. Stan, stop hating. Stop hating on Trump. Stop being so bitter. And you don't know what you're talking about. The Rita Cosby Show is coming back.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Rita Cosby is on. The Rita Cosby Show presents Back the Blue.
And Rita Cosby absolutely loves this segment, Back the Blue, and so do I. I had the great honor of moderating our Back the Blue Day, a panel discussion that was fantastic of top law enforcement officials just the other day. And in terms of backing the blue, what I'm thinking about takes me right back to the debate in which crime came up, and we need our men and women of law enforcement throughout the country. And one of the candidates on the stage, Curtis Sliwa, a story that it's become part of his stump speech. But he's right, because we work with his son, Anthony, and Anthony's one of the best kids that you could ever want to meet. I've said this before. He reminds me of my own son. And during the debate, one of the reasons why we need more police officers, one of the reasons why we have to back the blue, is Mr. Sliwa talked about how he almost lost his son to gang violence.
Once again, the architect of Raise the Age, Governor Cuomo, the apprentice to him, Zorhan. It's personal for me. My oldest son, Anthony, last October was the victim of a vicious gang assault that could have killed him. And what happened to these juveniles? Cut free, because they went to family court, not criminal court. So how can both of you look at me? I almost lost my oldest son to gang violence, and the perpetrators went to family court and got a little pat on the wrist and was sent home to do it again and again. No. We need to start charging juveniles who commit violent crime in criminal court, and I'll appoint criminal court judges who follow the law and don't just release them because of no cash bail.
And that part of our Back to Blues segment, that's from the debate just last night. Curtis Sliwa talking about the issue there of his son. Another issue that came up, Mamdani was trying to be preemptive, right, in terms of what Cuomo was going to do. And this is what Mamdani had to say.
Thank you to the moderators, and thank you to New Yorkers for tuning in. I know you'd rather be watching the Knicks. While there are 3 candidates on this stage, you will hear only 2 messages. My opponents, who spend more time trying to convince the other to drop out than actually proposing their own policies, will speak only of the past, because that's all that they know. I am the sole candidate running with a vision for the future of this city. Andrew Cuomo will spend much of tonight attacking me. He is a desperate man, lashing out because he knows that the one thing he's always cared about, power, is now slipping away from him. He will amplify right-wing talking points, he will share conspiracy theories, and he will do these things to make you feel that this should keep you up at night. But I've been spending the last year listening to New Yorkers, and I know what actually keeps you up. It's whether or not you can afford to live a safe and dignified life in this city. I have plans for our future. My opponents only have fear.
And another topic happened to be the issue of beds in mental facilities. And Mr. Sliwa and Mr. Cuomo went at it over that issue.
Okay, thank you, Senator. 40,000 beds for mental health in the state hospital system. By the time you fled fearing impeachment, you cut the budget down to 4,000 beds. Shame on you for putting those emotionally disturbed persons in the street.
You don't know what you're doing. Well, there's one bet I'm going to say for you, but no one is saying to go back to Willowbrook. That's when there were 40,000 people in mental institutions. Yeah. We left that 40 years ago when we went to community-based housing.
We're going to stay in this century, guys. Yeah.
All right, folks, let's go back to your telephone calls. I just want to reference Stan one more time, just so you understand what's going on, folks. So he's not allowed to call my show. He used to call almost every night. He's one of 3 people that's banned. He knows it. I know it. Because of some controversial things that he said in the past, I told him all he had to do that was close to borderline anti-Semitic. And I was receiving numerous complaints about him. And I said, all you have to do is apologize and we can move forward. I will not apologize. And so, as the kids say, let's not get this twisted. Stan, Rita has a lot more patience than I do. I'm listening to you night after night. All you do is hate on Trump. You don't have anything else to say. You don't know what you're talking about. You're entitled to give your opinion. And so out of fairness, I said, okay, this is not my show. I'm filling in for Rita. Even though I don't like listening to this guy, I will take his telephone call. And you're going to divert into a personal issue between me and you? No, that doesn't fly. And you had been warned before you got on the air, and you still went there. So now, when I fill in for Rita, you're banned on this show as well. Rita will take your calls, but when I fill in for Rita, I will not. I hope you're proud of yourself. Line 4, Judith in Brooklyn. Judith, what's going on? What's on your mind?
I missed you today. Hello.
Yes, Judith. I wasn't even going to reference it. I was delivering a speech in the state of Pennsylvania in Harrisburg, which I believe is the capital of Pennsylvania. and I'm just back, and so we're playing musical chairs. Greg Kelly, I believe, filled in for me, and now I'm filling in for Rita, and then I'll be back at my normal time at 3 p.m. tomorrow. But go right ahead, Judith, and thank you for saying you missed me earlier today.
I sure did. Anyway, I think it was James flipping,
okay,
whatever.
James did. Okay, great.
Yeah, but you know what? I really missed you. So listen, as far as the debate goes, I'm going to say something, and I don't want to offend anyone. That's not what I want, okay? This is what I want to say, Dominic. I know Curtis is representing all the Janice Deans who lost their loved ones, unfortunately. But at this point, Dominic, we need to care about the living, not the dead, okay? It should be all hands on deck to defeat Mamdani right now. You know, you make peace with your enemies, okay? My enemy of my enemy is my friend, and Mamdani is the enemy, okay? We've got to unite and conquer, and bottom line, we need to do everything to defeat Mamdani. So I don't know. Curtis was attacking Cuomo, which was just, to me, it's just useless, okay? And even though he did great at the debate, so did Cuomo. Bottom line, all of them, if they don't unite with Adams and everyone, somehow figure it out, I don't care. Then,
well, Judith, all I can tell you is that the numbers don't lie. That's all I'm going to say. All this pie in the sky, it's not going to happen. Right. And so the situation is either it's Mamdani or it's Cuomo. It's as simple as that. And what I don't like, here's what I don't like, Judith, and I'll give you the final word. Mamdani thinks we're stupid. Have you noticed how he's playing up Mr. Sliwa? And he said if there was a ranked choice voting system, he'd vote for Sliwa number 2. He's playing to Mr. Sliwa's ego to get Mr. Sliwa to continue doing his dirty work, going after Cuomo. Go ahead, Judith. Judith? Okay, Judith is...
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, Judith.
I'm sorry. Hi. Sorry. Okay, thanks. No, absolutely. I agree with you. And remember the other day you said that the best would be he does the debate, and after the debate, Curtis would then say, I am now, for the sake of New York, bowing out, whatever. But he could have even... Cuomo has been offering to align with him. It's Cuomo that is constantly being, very, what would you call it? Very hostile. And I was really shocked that even at the debate, he would waste his time, precious time, when he could really attack Mamdani more and more, to attack Cuomo. That distracts everyone from the real bad guy in this whole race, which is Mamdani.
You're correct about that. But I am telling you that Mamdani was sweating because his plan is it's not going exactly the way he wanted it to go. Judith, thank you for the great call. Let's go to line 2, Robert in Brooklyn, here on the Rita Cosby Show. Dominic Carter filling in. Robert, what's on your mind?
Well, thank you for taking my phone call. What's on my mind is 4 years ago I voted for Curtis against Adams, but this election I have to vote for Andrew Cuomo, because Cuomo is the only chance, he was the only one who even has the slightest chance of winning. And I just can't, God forbid Mamdani would win. His history, all those horrific tweets about defunding the police, even now apparently he's talking about freezing the police. And freezing the police, if you have such a huge attrition rate, that's the same as defunding the police. At least Andrew Cuomo has promised to hire 5,000 police officers. Safety is absolutely paramount. That's the most important function of a government, to provide for our safety. And although I have a lot of concerns about Cuomo, with the nursing home and the no cash bail, but Cuomo is the only, even the slightest possibility of defeating Mamdani. We need to all get out. Last election, there were not that many people who voted. This election, it's imperative that everyone go out to vote. Now, one thing Andrew Cuomo did was he put out a tweet. He put about where to find Cuomo on the ballot. So Cuomo is under the Fight and Deliver party. Somehow that's all the way it seems like on the the right side of the ballot on the second row.
Well, he's in a bad position.
You have to look.
He's in a bad position because he's not the Democrat candidate. He's an independent candidate. So you can't change the ballot just to please Cuomo. You can't do that, Robert. But thank you for the wonderful call. Let's go to line 4. Kenny in Brooklyn, New York. Kenny, what's on your mind?
Hello, Dominic. You are the man. You gave that man the click, click, click. I like it. I like it. Man, you are the man. I got to go.
Oh, boy. Now, you guys know I just got back from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, right? You got Tony, don't get quiet now. You and Matt
Welcome back.
You guys know that I literally just got back, right?
Yeah. Like I said, welcome back. I mean, what else you want us to say, man?
Give him the click.
Give him the click, man. Give him the click.
You give that man the click. Cut him off, Dominic. Come on.
Oh, boy. It's welcome home, right? It's welcome home.
Welcome back.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And I see we got Melvin in the Bronx standing by. You know what? I'm a glutton for punishment. So let's do it. Let's go. You guys got some aspirin. I'll come right over and get some aspirin in a second.
I got you, man. I got you.
Please, because I'm going to need it dealing with Nutty Stan. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to let it go. Don't get it twisted, Stan. Rita has a lot more patience than I do. She will listen to your nutty self and then put you in your place. I won't even listen to it because you don't know what you're talking about on any front, period. So now, here we go, round 2. Melvin in the Bronx, New York. Melvin, what's on your mind?
Oh, the election that's going to be held in 10 days. So it's going to come down to one thing. People need to come out and vote. Somebody's going to be sitting there January 1st, Inauguration Day, putting together a policy that's going to have whatever it's going to have on living conditions in New York City. And all these people who do not live in New York City, not registered to vote, they need to keep that stuff and take care of their own area. Because they will not appreciate if I happen to come down there in the area where they live in and get involved in their voting process and not registered to vote.
Melvin, New York City affects the entire region and the world. So they have every right to comment and give their point of view. It's not just owned for people like you, people of the city. Yes, you're the only ones that get to vote in this election, but they have every right to give their opinion.
Well, fine then. The life is a two-way street. But people need to come out and get involved in the voting process so they will have a say in the policy. Because every vote counts. I learned that from the late Councilman Wendell Foster, late Senator Joe Galva. Oh, my goodness. Alex Seabrook, way back. And they all said the same thing. You got to get out there and have the people that support you, believe you, bring someone with them when they go down to that polling site. And a couple of them even had buses on election day before they had early voting.
All right, Melvin, thank you. Thank you. Matt Blaze and Tony, you guys got jokes.
At least he didn't challenge you. He was good. He was decent, okay? Get the man an E for effort, okay?
Back in 1845.
I was going to say, he wasn't in 1865 today. He's making some valid
Rita Cosby Show. Dominic Carter's filling in. We're coming right back.
This is the Rita Cosby Show.
And Dominic Carter in for the lovely Rita Cosby tonight. Coming up at the top of the hour, we will discuss the renovations President Trump has underway at the White House. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful idea. We'll also talk about the fact that tomorrow, New York State Attorney General Letitia James is set to surrender in Virginia after being indicted on federal mortgage fraud. We have a lot to get to here on the Rita Cosby Show. Let's go to Sandra, line 3, New Jersey. Sandra, what's on your mind?
Oh, welcome back, Dominic. Dominic, I You're welcome. I wanted to say that I have a friend who is an Orthodox Jewish school administrator in Brooklyn. He reached out to me last night to tell me what he's going to be doing next week. He's going to have 50 other administrators. They're all going to get together, and they're going to represent, Dominic, over 100,000 students. And they're going to organize a vote and plan to push their community to vote strategically for Cuomo. That's what they said. They feel in the past when he was governor, he delivered concrete support for the schools and their security. So they feel he has a record they can rely on. And he called to tell me that, Dominic.
And so this is going to happen tomorrow, you said, Sandra?
I think it's going to happen next week. They're planning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to pull out your crystal ball. What happens the day after the election? Who wins this thing?
Oh my God! I hope I hope that it's just not Mamdani. So I really think that Cuomo is going to win. I do. I think so. I hope so. I hope so.
And you know, we all hope so, but of course, then comes another set of problems. But
what?
You know, but we'll see. Sandra, thank you for the wonderful call, and you have your event coming up after the election at the Women's National Republican Club. I think you said November 11th.
That's right. It's going to be a good therapy group.
Oh, good therapy. I'm glad you can laugh about it. That's a good sign. Thank you. Let's go to Joaquin, line 1 in Pennsylvania. What's on your mind, sir?
Good evening, Dominic. I got to wonder, did you dress the part knowing your past history from your wild days in college since you're covering for Rita?
No. And no one can match Rita's beauty anyway. But Joaquin, go right ahead.
Yes, Dominic, look, you know what? I have a deep-seating resentment towards Cuomo, towards tyrants in general, okay? And besides that, I do realize that, yes, Curtis definitely does need to drop out for his own self-interest and for the interest of the city because he has no chance, okay?
When you say his own self-interest, what is his own self-interest?
In other words, his own self-respect. You know what I'm saying? You know, it would be better for the city if Cuomo gets in, I guess, than Mamdani, though. I do find it a little bit hard to believe because I honestly don't know how confident people are going to be to join the police force under Cuomo. Now, you know, because he did take away their qualified immunity and things like that. So I don't know.
But wait. You think they'd be more willing to join the police force under Mamdani than Cuomo?
No, neither one. Neither one of them. I think that they're gonna, you know, they're not gonna have much confidence in Cuomo with his history, you know. And let's face it, these cops go to work and they have to worry about being turned into criminals if they, you know, if they make, let's say the wrong decision, you know. But you know, so I don't see this going. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I think that Mamdani is going to win because there's a lot of people out there who have resentment towards Cuomo. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get over. Now, if I did live in New York, I would go vote for Cuomo, you know, because it probably is the best thing to do to save the city from Mamdani. But unfortunately, I still think that there are people that have such a deep resentment that they're just not going to do it. And to stand, somebody went over this today. There are a lot of presidents in the past. I don't have it in front of me. They did modifications to the White House.
Of course they did. Of course, that's why the entire premise. But he's an angry old man that hates Trump, that likes to argue against everything. And that's a complete waste of time. You can't take anything seriously that the man says. Trump is doing the right thing at the White House. Thank you, Joaquin. The Rita Cosby Show coming right back.
Thanks for listening to The Rita Cosby Show. You can hear The Rita Cosby Show weeknights at 10 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy.
Download and subscribe
at BeBullish.com.